DJ Treylow podcast coming at you. Yeah, man, that was just a little beat I was working on last week. So I'm back and doing production, man. I kind of fell off on my production. 2018, I wasn't like really producing toward the end of the year, man. I was doing a lot of writing. So I kind of rotate. Like at the end of the year, I do a lot of writing. At the beginning of the year, I work on a lot of music, DJing, stuff like that. So that's how I kind of rotate my stuff. But this is DJ Treylow podcast. Ain't nothing changed. Just want to do a little bit of entry music for y'all every week. Switch it up a little bit. What's been going on, man? What's been going on? Let's check it out. Man, today, man, I was just thinking about some shit before I get into this local news. I said, man, ain't it funny how like you got a lot of homeboys, friends, you know, maybe you got some chicks you talk to, maybe one or two chicks, you know, or maybe just you know, one girlfriend. It doesn't matter. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, how come whenever anybody else wants you to get up and go hang out, you're supposed to drop everything and just go hang out, like cater to them? But when the shoe's on the other foot and you call them and you free and you just chilling, you're like, hey, I'm going to hang out today with my homeboy, hang out with this chick. All of a sudden, they busy. And guess what? They ain't going to sit up there and drop what they doing for you, but they expect you to drop what you doing for them. It's always like that, man. So I got to a point, you know, I'm older now, I'm 42. I'm just like, fuck everybody. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word. Forget everybody. I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like going out to the club, I'll go. If I'm tired and my homeboy says, hey, man, come on down to the club, go get on these females, man, and I'm tired, I'm going to be like, no. And he might get in his feelings or whatever. Man, you on that bullshit, da-da-da. Who cares? I'm doing my own thing now. Man, this whole thing about, I had SRT on the show last week. It's talking about Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that. Oh man, it's still going on, man. People just still talking about it, man. Like, I mean, they got conspiracy theories going around. Like he had a cure for AIDS and Illuminati killed him. Get off the gas, man. I mean, seriously, get off the gas. If Illuminati had all that money, they ain't gonna go in the hood and hire some hood dude to pull up on them and shoot him, man. That's the dumbest story I've ever heard, man. If they had all that money, you know what I'm saying? They could just like, you know, go to his house. They're supposed to know everything, right? Go to his house. Put some poison in his cornflakes before he pours himself a bowl of cereal. Even better, before he even gets the groceries to the house, they could poison it. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, he goes to the doctor. Illuminati's supposed to run everything, right? He goes to the doctor for a checkup, and the doctor, you know, puts something in his blood. I mean, come on, man. That's just the dumbest thing, man. Like, I'm going to hire a hood dude who is a gang member to go shoot this dude. Get off the gas just because he did some kind of documentary a week before, man. I don't believe none of that crap. And look here, man. If Kodak Black said whatever he had to say about his chick after, I mean, yeah, he could have gave it a little bit more time, you know what I'm saying? Because like that was kind of like you know, kind of rude. But I mean, look here, man. I don't like people like, you know, just say what, you know, don't judge somebody. Like everybody over there talking crazy about Kodak Black. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? That man has his opinion. You might not agree with it. You might think it's jacked up, whatever he said. But, you know, I mean, let him. I'm just saying, man. There's too many politically correct motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Shouldn't cuss. Mother suckers out here, man. They want to be all politically correct. They want you to say all the right things. And it gets boring, man. Just think about it. Like if everybody said the right things all the time, that shit would be boring as hell. Like you get on Facebook and everybody on Facebook says, this day is nice. Everybody have a good day. You know what? If it's like a fine chick, of course she's going to get a whole bunch of likes. But see, you know, if it's an ugly chick or a dude or something, nobody going to care. You know what I'm saying? Because the fine chicks are going to get a lot of likes regardless because guys are trying to smash that. But I'm just saying, the point I'm trying to make is if you're always politically correct and always right with what you say, life is going to be boring. So I'm just saying, I don't stop anybody. They can say whatever they want, have their opinion. It might be off the wall shit, but I ain't gonna be like, nah, bruh. You gotta apologize for that shit. You can't be saying that shit, bruh. Nah, bro. Now, if they say some real crazy shit, I mean, I got my limits, man. You know, if they sitting up there talking about, you know, chopping up little kids and going home and cooking them or something crazy like that, but hold up, man. I got my limits. You know what I'm saying? It can't be like totally extreme. Like that would be like, oh, okay, hold on. I might not have to fuck with you no more because you're a little bit off, you know, saying that crazy shit to me. But I'm just saying like a little bit of crazy. It's like he was just trying to get at his girl, say, hey, she's single now. Now, that's not really respectful. You know, he just passed. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, if he want to do what he want to do, that's Kodak Black. And people are sitting up there just dogging him out for that crap. Anyways, man, 66 degrees, Austin, Texas. I was watching live Cops last night on A&E. It was pretty funny because this little white kid was up there, Williamson County, like right next to Round Rock and Hutto. Dude was doing like 120 and a 75. I think it was on 79. It wasn't on like wait a minute. Now that's some weird shit. I was just watching Live PD, like I said last night, and there's an article right here on Williamson County Commander. Oh shit. They was doing that. Was doing in Williamson County. This little kid was doing 120, 75. But anyways, what I was saying, like they pulled him over, and he said, "I didn't know I was going that fast." And the cop was like, "Yeah, right. You're doing 120. You don't know you're going that fast?" He's like, "Well, my mom and dad wanted me to go home, get home fast." I said, "Man, this has got to be somebody from Austin area, man." This dude was so cool. Like he was like a hippie dude. He's like, "Man, my mom and dad just told me to come home." All right, here's the news. And it's funny because I didn't even think about this, and I just popped the screen up. And it says Williamson County Commander reportedly, and that was just me thinking about the show last night, and now this popped up. It's crazy how life is, man, and all like you know, like similarities pop up. Like sometimes the internet knows what you're thinking before you even punch in Google. It finishes your words. Like, oh yeah, we've been studying, you know, low key or whatever treylow for a long time. We already know what his thoughts are before you even finish a sentence, and it's all connected, man. It's all connected, man. That's what's crazy about it. Like you watching like a documentary on, like, say, you know, I was watching a documentary on Vietnam War. You know what I'm saying? And it had Lyndon B. Johnson and Robert Kennedy and all that shit in there. So, you know, you listen to the documentary on Netflix and you go to Google because you're like, oh, I want to read some shit on Wikipedia about Lyndon B. Johnson. As soon as you start punching the name, it already finished his name, bro. Like it's all connected, man. People don't think they've been sitting up there connecting and studying people shit for a while. But let me finish. Let me stop going off on other shit. Local news. Okay, let me pause. Catch my breath. Williamson County Commander reportedly urged deputies to have sex with live PD producer. What the hell? Hold on, let me turn this down. What the hell is going on with this?
I think you can afford.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, I forgot the date. Today is April 13, 2019. Okay. Here's the article. Williamson County, Texas. A sheriff's commander in Williamson County is accused of urging his deputies to have sex with a live PD producer. The show I was watching last night on A&E, according to a grievance filed last week. Live PD on A&E gives viewer an inside look at the men and women behind the badges around the country as they make difficult everyday decisions. The show started filming with Williamson County Sheriff's Office. The first episode aired in November 2018. See, I didn't even know they were doing Williamson County. I just flipped the channel and seen it last night. Okay. Let's get to the good stuff. Commander's comments were made during a March 12th shift briefing. So you come in, they come in there, they got the donuts and coffee, and the commander's like, hey, y'all need to sit down, bro. We're going to have a talk. Y'all need to, this chick that produces the show, y'all got a banger. Williamson County's always crazy, man. Like, if you know anything about Williamson County, like, they had that dude, Henry Lucas, where a lot of movies are based off of Henry Lucas. And apparently he was like some kind of serial killer. Killed his mom and killed a whole bunch of chicks. Was like a drifter, going all around the states with this crazy dude named Otis or whatever. But the thing was, like, they let the dude walk around the damn police department, not even handcuffed, man. He was sitting up there eating donuts, pointing at the map, like, hey, dude was not even in jail, man. He was just chilling. He had cigarettes, everything. You kill all these chicks, and they just like, hey, well, point out where the next body's at, bro. So Williams County is a little. I just heard that story, and I was just like, okay, man. I don't know if it's true. I mean, I just heard the story, and I was like, Williams County, them cops up there are a little weird, but And also, I heard don't ever go to jail in Williamson County. So if anybody hears this podcast, it's a police officer from Williamson County, please don't arrest me for slander? This is just a story I heard. Because they said if you go to jail in Williamson County, you're not getting out anytime soon. They keep you in that motherfucker. It doesn't matter if you get a ticket or whatever. I don't know if that's true. But the commander's let me finish reading this. Okay? The commander's comments were made during a March 12th shift briefing, which I said, with approximately 20 deputies, lieutenants, and sergeants, according to the agreement. The sexual harassment and improper conduct grievance against the commander was filed by lawyer Robert McCabe on behalf of concerned duties and members of the Texas Municipal Police Association. So, if it was filed by the deputies, one of them snitched. One of them didn't like the commander saying, you need to go smash this chick. You know what I'm saying? In that meeting, the grievance states that he first told the deputies he needed to know which one of them had sex with the show producer. It's none of your business, bro. That's personal business. After getting no response, he is accused of saying it was his goal to have one of his deputies have sex with the producer before she left. Wow. That was his goal. Like, he had it written down, like, I need to tell one of my employees to have sex with the A&E producer. The hell, man. According to the grievance, an awkward silence followed his saying this, which allegedly prompts some deputies to start making jokes about who might accomplish that goal for the commander. The meeting adjourned shortly after. Okay. Now, what I'm getting from this story, and this might be another angle to it. Somebody wants his job, and they made up this story and went and snitched on him to the lawyer to get him fired. But if there's more than 2 or 3 witnesses that come out and say that he said that shit, then he said that shit. But if it's just one person, one deputy, that ain't gonna hold up in court. Because he said a whole meeting, 20 officers. Next article. Dry, breezy conditions moving for the rest of the weekend in Central Texas. Wow. Okay, whatever. Okay, this guy right here on the third article. He choked on a chicken bone. Doctors missed it twice. 2 weeks later, he died. Wow. These doctors ain't doing their job either, man. I don't know what to say. If the police officers in Williamson County ain't doing their job, and the doctors here are missing chicken bones and people dying, I don't know. Austin's going to shit. Okay, fourth article. Women arrested in Austin for stealing $1 from a food truck customer. $1? You serious? Austin arrested somebody for stealing $1. Okay. Ah, okay. There's a little bit more to it. This bitch got crazy. Like this old lady was like yelling at her. You know, I guess she was like a crazy homeless chick, and She, the chick came up to purchasing the food from the food truck. She was approached by this chick, and I guess a homeless lady chick. I mean, she might not be homeless. I don't know. I'm just assuming that. She said, "Give me some money." And when she said no, she got closer to her, and then she said, "Give me some money, bitch." That's a little bit that. Okay, now that's escalating to an assault almost. You know what I'm saying? At this point, she purchased her food, was waiting for her change. She was given $2 in change. And once it was in her hands, she said the bitch snatched it from her and walked away on foot. When the officers arrived on scene, the victim was pointing at her, saying she was the one that took my money. So it's kind of like a back and forth. Like she said, she took her money, even though she's the one that took her money. You know what I'm saying? And then she tried to argue with her, said, "I only took $1, bitch." She called her a bitch again. Okay. Now, this is a little, because this is theft from a person. You're actually robbing a person. It goes into like robbery. So the dollar amount, if you just read, like, that's one thing about these articles. They have these thing called headlines. So they try to catch your attention with the headline. And it's just some crazy fucking headline. I'm sorry. Crazy ass headline where, you look like, what the hell? Arrested for stealing $1 from a fruit truck customer, and you don't know what the hell's going on. But if you look more into the article, okay, this chick clearly was like calling her bitch, yelling, and grabbed her money out of her hand. Okay, that turns into robbery of a person. It's different from like going inside a store and like stealing like a pack of gum. You're not gonna go to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're stealing from a store, and it's not like you're threatening anybody. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably just give you a trespassing ticket. You won't be able to go to the store again. Okay, that's it for local news. I talked a little bit about hip hop. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, my reviews, man. My reviews. All right, let me tell you something. I listened to some hip hop music this week. I mean, some new albums. I'm sorry. I say it like that. I like Richard Kidd, man. I'm telling you, I really mess with Richard Kidd. He dropped his new album finally. He postponed it. The World Is Yours. But I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I only like about maybe three songs on there. I'm kind of picky, man. I only like 3 songs on, even though I really like Richard Kidd. Man, look here. I'll even name the songs off for you. I like the intro, World Is Yours too. I like Splashing. And I like Racks Today. That's about it, man. Oh, yeah, that one with Young Thug, Fall Through. That's about it, man. Other than that, I don't care for 4 phones. So, number 1, the World Is Yours 2 intro. Number 3, Splashing. Number 4, Fall Through. And number 7, Racks Today. And that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. At 4 out of 16, 1/4 of the CD. And then I listened to Nav, Trash. Listen to both Knobs, Trash. I don't want to hear. I threw that out. I listened to Birdman and Juvenile, Just Another Gangster, Trash. Only had like 1 song on it. And they tried to do like a remix to that Bitch, you know what I'm saying, by Too Short to 1 song. And it was all right, but I mean, I'm not into the, I mean, he didn't have no bangers on it. It was kind of like more like slow singing and shit. Boosie Badass, I mean, there was a couple of songs on there, maybe 2 that I like. Badass 3.5, but I mean, overall, I wouldn't spend no money on it. 2 songs out of the whole CD. It's like, if it fills up your memory space on your phone, you know what I'm saying? I would just say, recommend go get the songs you like. Other than that, you know, don't fool with it. It's not that great. And then Boosie Badass, man, he had like he had this 1 song called on there called Bonnie and Clyde, right? And he's singing too. He's like, Bonnie, you know, it's Clyde. You know what I'm saying? He's singing on it, right? But his homeboy is rapping the whole freaking song. Like, I mean, I could see you having a feature, right, on your CD, but I'm gonna have my homeboy rap the whole song, and all I'm saying is Bonnie. I'm gonna at least rap Bootsy, man. I'm not knocking you. I'm not hating, because like I really do fuck with Bootsy, man. My favorite CD what came out by him was the last favorite CD that I like, and there's only like 4 songs on it too, but I just like it. Cause it's just like straight up hood shit to me. Like it was when he did it with C Murder and Bootsy, Penitentiary Chances. Now that CD was banging. You know what I'm saying? I rock with that. And I still rock with Bootsy. I'm still gonna buy a CD, but I'm just saying the whole song his homeboy was rapping. Like he didn't even have a verse. The whole song he's just singing Bonnie and all this and that. I'm like, ain't this your CD, bro? I mean, if it was a feature, you might have like about 4 bars, maybe like, you know, at least 8 bars in the song. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you rapping instead of just letting your homeboy do the whole song. And the dude was, I didn't like him at all. Be honest with you. I'm sorry, Bootsy, man. The dude was like, he was like, yeah, just yelling and stuff. And he was just an average dude. Like he wasn't like nothing that was stand out. Like he was just like, like your homeboy over, like, hey, you can go ahead and do this song. I'm just gonna hang back and be like Bonnie, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was weird how that was similar too, because I heard that song. You know, I bought the album last week, and then like the week before, they had Highwayman out on freaking Netflix. And I think there was some pussy ass motherfuckers, man. If you look at I don't know if that was totally accurate, but at the end of the movie, come on, man. Like it had like 10, 12 guys like just load off on Bonnie and Clyde. Like, I mean, I understand it was cop killers and all this shit, but man, dude, come on, man. That was unnecessary. You could just like shoot the window 3 or 4 times. It would kill Bonnie and Clyde. You didn't have to fill the whole damn car full of bullets and have about 12 guys just shooting off all these machine guns at him. I mean, that shit was ridiculous, man. That was just overkill. Like, that was really overkill. And you know what was funny, man? As I watched the movie and I started seeing the credits, you know, because they're talking about, you know, Texas Rangers and the guys that killed Bonnie and Clyde. I really didn't even know that they were operating in Texas and Louisiana. And Louisiana is where they got killed at. So, you know, Bootsy might be doing that song because they were from Louisiana. I mean, they got killed over in Louisiana, whatever. But this is what was funny, man. I was reading the end of the movie, and it said that's their names, like the Texas Rangers. And then it said they're buried at Austin, I think it's Austin Memorial Cemetery. Is it Austin Memorial Cemetery? Let me look that up. Austin. Hold on just one second. I think it is. But the point I'm trying to tell you, it's a Memorial Park. Let's see here. The point I'm trying to say is like that cemetery was right next to my house when I was growing up. And I never knew that the 2 guys that killed Bonnie and Clyde was buried right, you know, like in the same like property damn near, you know, as me. Less than a mile, like less than a quarter mile, maybe like half of a quarter mile. Like you could walk across the street down there and get into that. You'd walk across a bridge over Loop 1 and you would get into that that cemetery. Okay, it's something called Memorial, or it's not Texas State Cemetery. I can't even remember that. If you watch the movie on Netflix called Highwayman, you'll see it at the end. And I looked up the because it said Austin, so I was like, well, let me look up the cemetery. So I went ahead and looked up the cemetery. I was like, damn, dude, I stayed there till I was 18 years, like a block away from it. I was like, man, there was plenty of times when I cut through that cemetery. I got in trouble a couple of times because, like, when I was a youngster, you know, like Okay, there's this place called Crenshaw's. It was over like on the other side of the cemetery. And next to Crenshaw's, they had this other place called like Suburban Group. And I was 12, 13. I was a little badass. And in Suburban Group, they actually had one of them old school cigarette machines. You could put quarters in. They were like $2.50. Get a pack of cigarettes back then. You know, it was way back when I was like in the 90s. You know, so I'm sure it's gone now. But you know, if you could just walk in there and like play like, you know, like if they asked you, like it was like a community kind of club. So you could always just walk in there and be like, hey, my pops is in here. I'm just hanging out. And they had like a little lounge. And then off to the side, you know, had some soda machines. And then by the soda machines, they had a cigarette machine. And usually nobody was in there. Like, you know, usually nobody. You could just walk right in there and like walk over to the cigarette machine. And if you was slick with it, you know, with your quarters, you could be real fast, pull it. Because it had one of the things you pull out and then the cigarette would drop down and then you take off. But like I got caught one time. Like there was a dude, I thought it was empty. There was a dude like hanging out back in the kitchen. And I was like in there getting my cigarettes and I pulled the thing and got it. He was like, hey man, what you doing? I was like, fuck. It's an older white man. He was like, I couldn't get cigarettes from my dad. I was lying and shit. And he was like, well, where's your dad at? I was like, well, I don't know, man. He was here a minute ago. And he's like, hey man, don't ever come in here again. So it pretty much ruined it for me. I could never go over there. But the fact of the matter is, that cemetery right there, that's on the other side of the cemetery. Now, I cut through that cemetery a couple of times just to get to the shortcut, because if you didn't do that, you'd have to go all the way around, like almost like a mile and a half, just to get to that place. So I used to cut through there to get there. And so I walked through that cemetery. I got in trouble for walking through the cemetery too. Somebody yelled at me one day, was like, hey, what you doing? So I had to stop doing that too. But that was funny, man. Good time. Bonnie and Clyde. Okay. Anyways, hip hop news is over. Hope you enjoyed the podcast on my album reviews. Nothing new on Nipsey Hussle or anything. Fatally shot, 33 years old. No other news. 21 Savage is supposed to get out. I got a good lawyer or whatever. That's it. Upcoming releases. Nothing new. Nothing good. Right now, it's kind of like a boring time right now, man. I'm telling you, man. Like I can't find shit to watch. It's just about to pop off, though. You know, everybody like Game of Thrones going, you know, and then the NBA playoffs start. So I'm a Houston Rockets fan, so of course I'm gonna be watching them tomorrow. But I mean, finally, April's starting to jump. You know, there's a couple shows coming on that people actually, you know, kill the time, you know, till football season. You know, because I'm a 49er. And I watch my 49ers play. I might be in the Bay like in late May or June. Make a little trip out there. You know, spend about 3 or 4 days off in San Fran. My little hometown. No, it's not my hometown. It feels like my hometown, you know, because I'm a 49er for life. Anyways. I don't know what else to say, man. I'll probably get some more people to interview on this damn podcast, man. I'm going to keep on putting it up, man. Like I said, if you want to get at me, you want to get on the podcast, DJ TREYLOW @gmail.com. DJ Treylow @gmail.com. Just send me a email, and you know, I can do it over a phone interview, you know, or you know, something like that. Get my book on Amazon, you know, The Rectangulars and the Pavilion. Damn, I can't even think of it. The Pavilion Vortex. I can't even think of my own damn books, man. I'm still working on some more. I'm still writing. All right, I'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.